Welcome to the First 40 Sports Show with the Goon Squad. It's Black Thor, Icewater, and Puma. Black Thor has a new nickname. You call him King George now. Pop gave him that new nickname. We'll explain in the NFL picks. But anyway, we're going to go straight to the topics. Damien Lillard, we were going to talk about him last week, and there were some reports, Black, that he was going to Toronto, and then all of a sudden it was a 3-deal trade. Quite honest, I think Phoenix and Portland got hosed in this because of who they got compared to who they gave away. But Milwaukee's looking good. Everybody kind of put them in the finals right now. Like, pump the brakes. Let the chemistry kind of settle in first. But what's your thoughts on this trade, man?
Well, I don't take, happiness in disagreeing with you, but I think Phoenix did well, bro. I mean, I like Milwaukee picking up Lillard. I think that's a good pickup. For what they gave up, I think it's great. I think he basically now has someone inside that move around. It's going to work well with the Greek Freak. And don't forget about this. The word was out that Greek Freak might be on the move after a year. So this kind of, Milwaukee did something to kind of quiet that down, solidify him to make you think, okay, we will do some things to keep a team around you. But I'm gonna tell you the center, can't think of his name now, that went from my Portland to Phoenix. Bro, that's a good pickup for Phoenix. Good pickup, man. He'll fit in well with what Phoenix do. You know what I mean? He doesn't demand the ball, but he can get some scrappy points. He can score from outside, score down low. So if he can stay healthy, I think Phoenix basically upgraded. I think Portland basically is in the process of rebuilding. They're going to ship out like Holiday. They're already talking about trading him. Western may not going to be that much longer. I was surprised that Phoenix got rid of the center because it seemed like they wanted to hang on to it. I guess they came to the consensus, but
that's what overall, I was not surprised. I was not surprised in that one.
Yeah. Overall, though, man, I think Phoenix and Milwaukee, and I think Portland got what they needed. They drafted a young guy they want to build around. They're saying to themselves and probably the fans, it's going to be a few years. But no, man, I think for the most part, all teams kind of maybe picked up in some areas. But Lillard to Milwaukee, yeah. Only thing I'll just say to Lillard, man, you got to realize, bro, you didn't want this for the past 5, 6, 7 years. So it ain't going to be easy. Even though you're playing the Greek Freak, go keep your mouth shut, go play and get it done. I respect that you want a championship, but the NBA doesn't revolve around you. You want to play in Miami, no place else. Shut that noise up.
I stepped in some talks with Jimmy Butler from Miami saying, hey, NBA, look at this, because there may be some tampering going on. I don't know if it's sour grapes or did Pat Riley take another nap and miss out on this deal too?
I don't know if you can say Pat Riley took a nap on that, because Portland still had the right to trade where they wanted to, right? And I think that's what they did. So you got to realize, still being under contract, not being free, he could try to veto, be mad at it, but you don't go to Miami. That's where he wanted to go, he says. But going to Milwaukee is not really that bad. You don't really hear him saying, I don't want to be there, right?
Right.
So that'd be said. If you just sitting in New York anyway, y'all hear me say that. It'd be a little different story. But you're going to Milwaukee, and I don't think you will fight it, as you said, fighting with the Greek Freak. But I'm sure Jimmy Butler was frustrated because that's what he wanted. I wanted it for him. I think he deserves somebody that can go with him, but he didn't get it. So it is what it is. You say your little piece, you realize you still get paid a boatload of money to play kids' game, and you just keep it pushing. And you still got some of the finest of eligible singles at your availability, so you just keep it pushing. You worry about that later on. You kind of smile and keep it moving. But in regards to the trade, I kind of agree with Black Thor on Phoenix, right? They didn't come across, it wasn't a boatload of sweepstakes or anything that you say, oh man, it was clearly they did this and that. But when you think about what Phoenix needs, okay, they addressed the center issue. Ayton is now gone. Was it Nurkic? You got Nurkic now. Nurkic knows his role. He's not trying to wonder, oh, I'm in all Kevin Durant. I'm not in all this guy. My job is to grab rebounds, put the ball back in the hole, block some shots if I play a little defense, and play my role. That's what they need as a center. They don't need nobody to save them and try to think they saving them with the savior of the franchise. Play your role. Then you also look back too when they picked up Nasir Little, who's a tweener, does the hustles, very athletic. He was at Carolina back in a few years ago. Very athletic, plays defense. That kind of guy can score a couple buckets. Picked up Keon Johnson as well. Somebody else who can just be a motor guy. You need solid bench players. When you look at Denver last year, what did you notice? Guys that were hungry. play strong off the bench. That's what Phoenix needs to do. And last but not least, I will say this: Damien Lillard going to Milwaukee. I mean, it's probably what he wanted. Now we'll see if he's ready to step up. My last point on this is Phoenix also picked up somebody else that I've talked about forever, and I dogged him, and I said everything about him. I said he can be nasty, he's crazy until he's on your team. And I think this guy with his energy, and you want a nasty dude like this on your team. Grayson Allen, aka Jack Tripper, he's got traded to Phoenix, and I think he will do nothing else but bring energy, because that's who he is. I mean, he did it for Milwaukee. He's all over the place, bro. You don't want to play against him, but you want him on your squad because he don't care. He's gonna start tripping people, being crazy. They need some positive energy coming off the bench. I think Grayson Allen does that for them.
Well, it should be an exciting season for Milwaukee. I want to see how it works out. I really do. I'm looking forward to it. It's right up the road here from Chicago. So I know that folks in Chicago are steaming because they couldn't get a point guard to replace Ball. But it should be interesting in the NBA. Speaking of the NBA, there's some new rules. I think, Black, you mentioned these new rules before about rules on resting players. So I'm going to let you take it from here, man.
Yeah, the NBA came out what I call is the punk rules for the most part, in the sense that, you could every team now you can rest one player. You can designate a player you want to rest for games, and that player basically just have to play on televised games, playing the tournament, stuff of that nature. And I think throughout the season last year, there was talk that NFL was going to crack down on load management and all that stuff. Boy, did they crack down on that. That's a serious crackdown, because to me, when you look at this rule, if I'm a person trying to go watch a game play, let's just say the Pelicans are coming to, let's say they're coming to New York, and I want to go watch them play the Knicks. If that game is not on television, not being televised, Zion could just basically say, you know what, I don't feel like playing. He's a designated player. So I'm spending what, $100, $150, maybe $200 for Zion to sit on the sideline. To me, I don't know if the NBA means this personally, but you're telling fans that basically been paying these high-priced tickets for years, we don't care about you. If it's not a national televised game, it's not the tournament, it's not on television. Basically, that's what they're saying. We don't care. We just don't care. We're more concerned about the TV dollars and fans of that nature. The rest of the games, they want to sit out or whatever. And anytime you make up a rule or you make up a law, people find a way to get around it. So it's going to be more than one player. You can start faking injuries. It's going to be more than one player. So to me, they caved in. When they say the players run the league for the most part in the NBA, when I look at this, you see it, bro. And I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad. I just think from a business standpoint and the product you're putting out there for the fans, it's a bad idea.
Yeah, I heard a Jets fan when Zach Wilson was coming off the field say, I pay a lot of money for these tickets. I can see NBA fans doing the same thing with these new rules with the NBA. Your thoughts, man?
It's crazy. I'll say this. I think there should be a rule in regards to the players have to play the national games, the big games. I think they should. I also think it should be it's kind of hard to do because you never know who's going to whatever. If there's a way that when these folks go around to the different places, they're only going to be there one time, that should be mandatory, bro. I mean, you're playing in the city like 4 or 5 times, that's your rival, yeah. But if you're going somewhere one time, yeah, you need to have your on the floor. Because some man, as crazy as it is with the NBA, some man has spent a bunch of money taking his kids, his wife, and whatever, trying to give them that experience, and they sit up in the nosebleed section, and they come to see you, and you talking about, I don't feel like playing tonight because I think I hurt my pinky or I got turf toe. Man, hell no. Nah. Somebody's out there paying their money. And I think that should be meant. I know that's crazy what people gonna say, but to have somebody spend all that money and you don't play, that's just devastating. And if they do that, to the standpoint of somebody says, I know everybody would say the same thing, but in a situation, I would have like what's the word? If somebody demanded their money back or a rain check, they spend a significant amount of money, I would have a council to go, you know what? You're absolutely right. We're going to go in there. We're not going to give you your money back, but we're going to give you game tickets to another game.
Yeah.
I think they should do that. I know that's not how business works. But if they really were a marquee sport and they believed in their product, somebody said, hey, I came in here, may he rest in peace. Kobe Bryant didn't play this time, and we only get to see him one time a year. Let him get another game. I mean, you got enough room in the arena, especially in the nosebleed. I mean, come on, let's move the people. Take care of the people, man. Not everybody, but certain cases, if you spend that kind of money, they may never, that's Christmas for a lot of people. And you don't play, yeah, that's not cool.
Can I say something real quick, Juan?
Sure.
It's not like they're playing in a super physical league, bro. Let's keep it real. I think I sent you a video or a screenshot of Maurice Lucas and Darryl Dawkins going to get ready to go at it years ago. See how different the league is now? Yeah. And those cats showed up every single night. You're making more money now. You're complaining more now. You're whining more now. You can coddle more now. I'm serious, man. It's not a physical league. You got football players with concussions ready to go out and play the next week. I'm sorry, man. It's just. I think the NBA set a wrong precedent with this. I don't know if they're trying to appeal to the players, but I'm sorry, man. I would have been, to me, it'd been better off if you made this policy, keep it behind closed doors. Don't even say anything. Don't even say anything. But put it out there and have people be able to look at it, value, and know that's how they're going to be treated. I'm not mad at the players, but you got to be kidding me, man. You got to be kidding me. And there's nothing wrong with your health. Nothing.
Yeah. It's almost like they feel like, and I'm speaking of the NBA, they feel like we're making so much money in advertising. You know, fans, if you want to come, fine. If you don't want to come, that's fine too. It's like they're making so much more money in advertising. The ticket price doesn't even really kind of faze them as far as what kind of product they're putting out there on the court. So
can I throw one last point in? You don't mind?
Yeah.
So my thing is this. When I saw that picture, when you put up there with Darryl Dawkins and Maurice Lucas, I was like, now damn, that's the NBA I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
When is the last time you saw NBA players throwing hands? I'm talking about real hands, not no, I'm going to slap you, that kind of thing. I'm talking about real hands. I'm sitting there going like, yeah. And if a guy got in your face and you talk too much, somebody was swinging. Wasn't no, we're going to try to hit you or somebody going to hold us back. They were throwing hands. It's a lot different. Guys are shaking hands now, taking each other to dinner, and it's just nicer now. It's a nice, yeah. How you doing? Can I get your jersey? I don't want your jersey, motherfucker. What?
Because I remember that game. It was the championship game. The finals of the NBA, and it turned from a nationally televised game to like, oh, this is the hood. These dudes are fighting, fighting in the hood. They just the head bobbing and all that. We were like, whoa, we were excited to see that. Let's move on to college football. Colorado Buffaloes took it on the chin, and boy, they got taken to the house against Oregon. And Oregon moves up a spot, number 9 in the ranks. So let's go through the ranks real quick before I go to ice water. You got Georgia, Michigan, Texas at 1, 2, and 3. Ohio State moves 2 spots up after beating Notre Dame to the number 4 spot, followed by Florida State, Penn State, Washington, USC, who is going to play Colorado next, Oregon, who's playing Stanford, and Utah. I will say former Pac-12 teams are well represented in the top 10. Ice, your eye test on college football last week, and who are you looking forward to seeing this week?
Let me get into this real quick. Okay. I know a lot of people coming for Deion in Colorado because they got a lot of hype. A lot of people just glad to see Deion get the job and win a couple games. But for the media, the national media, some of them anyway, to make a major big deal about Colorado getting blown out by Oregon, they're a number 10 team in the country. And I'm not making no excuses. You need chemistry. You think you're going to be another top team, and then you make Oregon's quarterback a Heisman, one of the top Heisman guys? Are you kidding me? Who did you play? You think they ready? I'm not making no excuses, but let's be honest. Is Oregon had that same energy when they play USC? Are you going to have the same energy when you play Washington? That's all I'm saying. If you're going to bring the quarterback out then. Right now, okay, you clowning Deion, his team's not ready. Okay, I get that. But come on, man. When I saw that, I was like, anyway, One last thing, as we get into a few more scores. Colorado, throw the damn ball to Michael Harrison, bro. The tight end, the white dude. Yeah, the white dude. Throw him the ball.
Tight end always
the ball. It has nothing to do with color. But if you forgot who he is, the white tight end for Colorado, throw him the damn ball. He is a potential NFL prospect if you let him catch the ball. Anyway, real quick, Texas A&M over Auburn. Kind of impressed by that because of the fact that you never know what's going on with Texas A&M, but they won the game. Florida State over Clemson, man. Florida State, you make me a little nervous, but I understand it. Utah over UCLA. Utah held UCLA to 7 points, and they still don't have a starting quarterback. Somebody in trouble. They don't have a starting quarterback. They scored 14 points, held them to 7. And last but not least, all I'm going to say is this. Ryan Day, you over here in Columbus, I feel your pain, bro. I met Lou Holtz. I like Lou Holtz. I think he's a good man. But what Lou Holtz said, was directly targeted for Coach Day because everything that he said was connected to Coach Day. So Coach Day felt some kind of way. I'm not mad at you. And hey, like I said before, like they said, it's gonna take all day work, and Ohio State finished the job finally. So hey, that's only one game. Keep it moving, and nobody wins championship. Like I tell y'all in the NFL as well after week 4. So stay tuned.
All right, Black. I know I text you and text both of you like, wow, that game, Notre Dame and Ohio State. It was a well-played game. It wasn't a high-scoring game, but it was a well-played game. And I got a chance to look at some other teams and some games over the weekend. Your thoughts, man, on college football?
I'm going to give kudos to Notre Dame. I mean, they kind of fizzled out towards the end, but for them to be able to kind of hang in there, Ohio State, to me, that was impressive to say the least. I think the coach has some things to learn, and he'll grow, give an opportunity. I think he's going to be there for a while. He'll get things better. I'm happy to see the way he's trending with that team. Ryan Davis, I know he directed at Lou Holtz, but that was directed at a lot of folks, bro. He's like a keg. You can tell he's like a keg where he's just letting out some steam, but he got some other things going on because he's under a lot of pressure, which I don't understand. I'm sure if things don't work out, maybe this year they don't beat Michigan and, they don't kind of basically hold up the trophy. There are going to be people probably calling for his head, which I think is absolutely asinine. I just do, man. As a college football coach, I don't know what more you want, but I'm happy that he was able to basically, I understand that there's time to be poised and all that stuff, but I love when people just come off the cuff and say what they're feeling, bro. They ain't nothing better than that to me. I just love it, man. To me, that's just like, that's Black Thought all day. So when he was going off, I was like, yes, I don't care who you're talking about. He was going off saying some things he felt. And, his team plays that energy, they feed off that particular energy. I'm going to say this about Colorado. You knew at some point the beatdown was coming. And, I will say this, and they got a lot of growing to do. And even, and Prime said it himself, the coaching got to be better. Bro, y'all got to make some type of adjustments. I'm not saying you had a chance to win, but if every time your quarterback is going back, he's going back further and further to throw the bomb pass, you got to be able to more passes and just the bomb. Just like I said, you have a tight end, bring the running. It's just they made no adjustments because basically they stuck with what they were doing for the past 3 weeks. And if it wasn't working, you got to realize that Oregon has been watching you ever since the first game, been paying attention. So they've been trying to basically defend you. So when they start to be able to make those adjustments, like any other good college football team, and get some players, they're gonna be really tough to beat and hard to beat. Florida State, like Iceman, I watched some of that game, and that game did have me scared, bro. I think you cannot. I know. It's an ACC battle. Don't lose to Clemson because Clemson has no heartbeat right now. Nobody's talking about them. The coach is like, just beat them and let's just forget about them. I'm not sure which games are coming up this week, but I know Colorado's playing USC. Just thinking about that, I think it's going to be kind of similar to what we saw this past weekend. Maybe not to that degree, but I'm with Ice too. When you're talking about Bo Nix, I watched this cat at Oregon, and I'm watching him now. I'm not saying he's not playing real good, but is he in a system that favors him? And we see that happen with college quarterbacks all the time. So if you're going to tell me in a Heisman, I just don't get it. I don't even think they should have been saying Shador Sanders should have been Heisman. Because you look at this cat that we're going to watch on Saturday, quarterback from USC, give it to him now. He's ready in the commercials. Give it to him now because he is the Heisman. So you can drop all the other names, potentials, whatever. That cat has the Heisman locked down. Put his name on it.
Yeah. Well, games I'm looking forward to see this weekend. Georgia and Auburn, that should be a good one. Kansas and Texas. Kansas is in the top 25. That should be a good one. Also, I'm going to check out USC and Colorado, see if Colorado made any adjustments. I told you about Duke. Duke faces Notre Dame this week at Duke, and that should be Notre Dame is not a team to kind of sneeze at. We'll see how Notre Dame recovers off that loss of last week and facing an undefeated Duke team. And I'm going to also Syracuse always gives ACC teams a lot of trouble. North Carolina, who moved up 2 spots, see what they do. Also, there's a game that one of these teams has to win to kind of stay in contention in the SEC. It's Ole Miss, who lost last week against Alabama, and LSU. I'm thinking that LSU might not come out of this, and we're going to start hearing the calls for that coach at LSU to be ousted out of there because he's not looking real good these days. Ice, Black, any other games I left out?
Did you say Washington, Arizona?
I did not say Washington, Arizona.
Okay. Considering that Washington's undefeated, I mean, I know Arizona's trying to come back, but they were like 3-1. It should be interesting there too. Also, Utah, Oregon State. Looking at that as well. That's something I want to look at because Utah, like I said, they haven't had a quarterback yet, but Oregon State's trying to push up. They're trying to come off a loss and be strong. And we'll see. I agree with you. Notre Dame and Duke, we're going to see now. Yeah. Duke was undefeated and Notre Dame going on the road, and they have since they came close against Ohio State at home, they have everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. So they got college game days and all these other shows follow them over to Duke. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Major League Baseball report with Ice Water.
Yes, sir. Today we're going to just kind of talk a little bit about who's in and who may be trying to get in. Looking around baseball right now, we're coming down to the end of the regular season. The Atlanta Braves have clinched the National League East. Okay. The Dodgers have clinched the National League West. The Minnesota Twins have clinched the American League Central. And the Baltimore Orioles have clinched the AL playoff spot. That's something to think about. That's been a long time coming. Tampa Bay Rays keep doing the same thing, have clinched another playoff spot as well. The Milwaukee Brewers have clinched the very topsy-turvy NL Central. And the Philadelphia Phillies are back in the NL wild card. They have a wild card spot. So yeah, teams like the Reds are still trying to make some noise, some other teams as well. But when you think about it, one thing you don't hear, and maybe it's over and everybody says, okay, but how early in the season did you say to yourself, the Yankees are eliminated? Boston is eliminated.
When Judge got hurt, yeah.
I mean, damn, Boston's eliminated. The Yankees are eliminated. The Angels are eliminated. The Mets with all that money are eliminated. Mm-hmm. Washington is eliminated. All this money, eliminated. So I know the Yankees can't win it all the time and they can't be in contention all the time. But this was a year that you go, damn. Puma, I'm surprised I haven't heard no more noise from you. The last couple of years, yeah, you talking about Judge, and I tried to defend them. Are they going to be okay? This year, I would have gave you a pass, but I hear nothing from you.
No, because last year I told you when Judge was up for a contract, I'm like, they need to get players out there. And if Judge want to go somewhere else, I was fine with it. When Judge got hurt this year, Yankees didn't show anything. They didn't show no fight. They had nothing. They had nothing in the gun to kind of say, you're going to hold on, until he gets back. Nothing. So they paid him a lot of money. They paid the pitcher a lot of money, and that's all they had. That's all they had. So what do you say?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I just because they don't spend a lot of money having it a lot last few years. I want the Cubs to make the playoffs because they don't spend a lot. Huh?
I don't.
I do, because they don't not spend a lot of money. They like Tampa Bay. And then they can upset some people because they have some players still. I want to see them make it, but I think it's wide open. I really do. I mean, you can point to the Dodgers and everything. And last but not least, the point on here on baseball is Angels, y'all better than me, man. Ohtani come out and just kind of relax and get his surgery and like he gonna come back. Hey, I know you probably showing him appreciation because what he's done, but I'm like, you need to give us another year or something, bro. Because we still ain't got the best out of you. But my heart hurts because if he signs with the Dodgers or the Yankees, I think I might start watching baseball, bro. For real. For real. Damn. Can somebody else try to win?
That much hate.
It's not hate. It's just be honest. How you want to? It's like if you go with Golden State Warriors and everybody clowning when they picked up Kevin Durant. Oh my God. Oh, why you want to go to the team that beat you? Nobody talking about that in baseball. They're like, well, the Yankees, you have a quality organization along so with the Dodgers. And, they deserve to keep quality material going on the field all the time. So let's just keep it moving, keep it moving. They don't say that in baseball. They do that stuff in other sports. They don't say that in baseball.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Black, I had a chance to watch the Aces last night. They look pretty strong in the playoffs, man. What's happening in the semifinals?
Well, I will say this, even though the Aces are playing the Wings, but the playoffs, if these young ladies are bringing it back, they're basically putting the work in. And you're right, the Aces are up 2-0 on the Wings. I kind of thought the Wings was going to kind of get better, showing and probably take this series. But then again, A'ja Wilson, she's averaging with the first two games in the series over 30 points. I think the first night she had 35 points, the second like 30-something. And not only the points, she's playing stellar. I say stellar defense. This young lady is playing stellar defense. Maybe she made me think of this. Remember years ago when Olajuwon didn't win the MVP, and I think they gave it to David Robinson that year. And Olajuwon wanted to tear in the playoffs, just kind of like brutalized them. He got the chance to play David Robinson. It was like he showed like, bro, you really want to give that? No, they gave that to you. Give that to me. A'ja kind of lost the MVP. Not kind of, she did lose the MVP vote by 1. So maybe that's her motivation. Because when you think about it, as quiet as it's kept, Candace is not there. She got hurt early in the season. Some of the other good players are still there. But the Aces, man, are showing that they want to host that title, host that trophy again, man, because they're playing very hard. And you flip over to the Suns and the Liberty, they're throwing haymakers, baby. They're throwing some haymakers. Game 1, Suns came out, took Game 1. Bonner came out and had the young ladies doing their thing. And the New York Liberty kind of woke up Game 2 and said, you know what? We want this. We know we want this. We know we're deep. So they're tied 1-1. That series might go 5 games. Wouldn't be surprised. I know Game 3 is going to be interesting to see who takes that one. They might take control of that series, but that game would not be. That series might be surprising for 5 games. And at some point, I think the Liberty will be facing the Aces, and that's going to be a hell of a finals, man. That's going to be a hell of a finals. So yeah, the play is good. Seems like the fans are coming out supporting it. Again, I don't know why last night was a good time to have a game on. Stop these Sunday games at 3 and 6. You got to stop that. Keep them off Sunday. Saturday is fine, but keep them off Sunday, man, going forward. And I know that's not probably, they can't handle the scheduling part. There's no way the WNBA at any point, at any time, should be on a Sunday afternoon with NFL football.
I don't think it should be Saturday with college football either, because nobody's really paying attention to that. I mean, there's been some great games in college football, and Sundays is just out of the question.
I hear you.
Even Monday nights, well, not Monday nights, because some of the dog games we got Monday nights, they could have. Mm-hmm. But we're going to skip questions from the squad this week, and we're going to go to last second shots. Ice, what's your last second shot?
Let me just say this. The NFL is not the game I used to watch. NFL is not, my team is not the team that I used to watch. In the NFL, I know you're making money. People still love you, and the fans go crazy. All I know is I'm getting old as hell because it's not like it used to be. And it's just different. It's different. And y'all go ahead and move forward with it. That's why I don't get excited about the team I'm rooting for, I'm supposed to be a fan of. I see it for what it is. It's just a different game. And this old man is going to get the hell out the way, except for the picks. Thank y'all.
Black?
I'm going to stick with NFL, man, because a week ago, we talked about this, and I'm not sure if we talked about it while it was on the show. NFL, there's a player that died at the New England game a couple of weeks ago. Fans got into some things, got scrambled. And it's not the first time that happened. There's fights just about every weekend you read or see something after. I think San Francisco, when they played somebody with ago, there was fights and stuff of that nature. And you never hear an NFL comment. I said to myself, why? Why? I mean, because I understand, you want to turn a blind eye to it because it's the product, the content that you're pushing out there. But people should not be coming to your game. I say you can control it, but I think you can do a better job. If anything, chastise it, speak about it, stop acting like it's not happening. Because no one should come to see an NFL football game because they're alive. They shouldn't. Y'all could do better than that.
I want to give our salute to, we lost Brooks Robinson, a Major League Baseball legend, held that hot corner. I remember he had like 16 Golden Gloves straight. And one of the best compliments that I've heard, everybody paying tribute to him, is that Babe Ruth, a candy bar was named after him, but people named their children after Brooks Robinson in Baltimore. So I love that, they gave him that tribute and they gave him that love. But I remember being in Wilberforce University, and there was a brother from Maryland, and I was playing in a Sandlock baseball or softball game, and I was playing third base, and he was like, "Man, you scooping that things up like Brooks Robinson." And at the time, I was like, "Who the hell is Brooks Robinson?" And I went to do my research and realized that he was the man in that hot corner. So salute, safe travel. That's our show. Catch you next time.